Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at an article from The Hollywood Reporter that was published on December 8th, written by Ashley Cullins. Charlie Sheen sues National Enquirer for defamation over Corey Haim allegation. Now, for those of you who missed this one, the National Enquirer reported that Charlie Sheen, on the set of Lucas, was very improper with Corey Haim. I mean, Corey Haim was a very young teenage boy. I mean, he was definitely, well under the age of consent. And he sodomized him. And the thing is, and there were reports from witnesses, I guess, that saw that Corey Haim had, I guess, fallen for Charlie or whatever. And Charlie, after he sodomized him, kind of kicked him to the curb. He pumped him and dumped him. And they reported on this. Now, with Charlie Sheen's depraved past as a sexual deviant, with the things that came out, like with his having to publicly admit that he has HIV, he basically slept with, people, men, women, trannies, didn't matter. Didn't tell them about his HIV status, which is illegal in California. Put them at risk and or infected them. Then, to keep that out of the public spotlight, started paying them off. When the payouts kind of got attention, he turned around and said he was being blackmailed. So this is a really scummy, sleazy individual. Okay? And I hope, because they with the Enquirer, when they report these types of stories, they have, all their ducks lined up. They have everything set so that when they get sued, they can go, no. This is our sources, and I'm really hoping that this is going to be one of those cases, because this is a sleazy scumbag who needs to be taken down a notch. And for him to be so cocky right now, and he's going to sue. And I think the whole reason is because he doesn't want to be known as a pedastry, pedo type, individual. It's okay for him to fuck, transsexuals, women, men. It don't, but that's his line on what he wants to be known for. You would think you wouldn't want to be known for the other things either, for sleeping around to the point of where, you got HIV, had to pay off people so that they didn't, expose the fact that you exposed them to it. Yeah. So, Charlie Sheen can just fuck off and die for all I care. He's a scumbag. But let's just get into this article. Sheen says the tabloid's editor published the claims because he's angry he didn't break the story that the actor is HIV positive. Oh my God. Okay, Charlie. Okay. Sure. Right. Yeah. No one's buying that. Charlie Sheen is suing National Enquirer and its parent company, American Media, for defamation, claiming the tabloid falsely asserted that he sodomized then 13-year-old Corey Haim decades ago. Yeah. I love this. Because he doesn't want to be seen as that type of scumbag. He's actually suing. And to be honest with you, my personal opinion, I think he did it. Looking at the things he did, okay, like purposely going around fucking anything with a hole in a heartbeat while HIV infected, knowing that you could very well infect the individual that you're doing that with, and not giving a shit. Yeah, he probably did do it. I mean, if he didn't do it, I'd be surprised. In all honesty, I really would. The editor of the National Enquirer, defendant Dylan Howard, is running the story against Mr. Sheen because of a personal vendetta that arose after he was unable to be the first to break the story that Mr. Sheen was HIV positive, writes attorney Shane Bernard in the complaint filed Friday in LA County Superior Court. That is just desperation. Okay? The National Enquirer, okay, yes, they are a tabloid. But the thing is, they, especially with like the celebrity stuff, make sure that they have the evidence that backs their story. They're not the types to generally run a story without any evidence at all, especially with the fact of liability. They don't want to deal with it. You know, the liability itself of you know, talking out your ass with no proof. Sheen says the cruel and malicious stories are especially offensive because he has 5 children who are around the same age as Haim was then. This is just disgusting. So, he's now going to virtue signal and drag his children, who he put through a fucked up upbringing, being the whacked out, druggy piece of shit that he is. He's now going to use them and hold them up as a human shield? Are you kidding me? That's disgusting. Dude, if you have to bring your own children into this in your defense, like you are with your sordid past, it just makes you look even worse. It really does. We look forward to litigating against Charlie Sheen and can't wait to expose his depravities in a court of law, an AMI spokesperson told excuse me, THR. Damn right. See, when they're speaking on the note of their legal counsel in that manner, odds are they have proof. Odds are Charlie Sheen is going to end up looking like an even bigger deviant scumbag, sexual abuse, you know, using and abusing piece of shit than he already does. And I don't know, I mean, the only thing that he hasn't crossed is that pedastery line. And he looks as bad as he can look before that point. So that's the only thing that's going to make him look worse on the note of being a sexual deviant scumbag. Only thing. And I think we're going to have proof that he's crossed that line once this goes to court. If Charlie even lets it go to court. I think he's posturing. Okay, I think he's doing this, and he'll right before it goes to court, he'll drop his lawsuit. If it gets that far, I think he's just trying to play the public at this point, you know, and he wants to see if this will actually sway people's opinions. I don't think people are going to buy it, though. I mean, I'm one that hasn't. The November 8th story alleges Sheen sexually abused Haim, pushed him down a drug-fueled path to an early grave, and preyed on other children, according to the complaint. See, I only heard about Haim. That's even more fucked up. Holy shit. Whew. This is some really messed up shit. You know, if this turns out to be true and he was the catalyst to Corey Haim heading down the path that he did and ending his life early and having his talent go to waste, just imagine if he never ever did the movie Lucas with Sheen, or Sheen never did the movie Lucas with him, how things could have possibly turned out differently. This is disgusting. If true. Sheen is suing for defamation and, given his status as a public figure, He'll have to prove the outlet published the story with malice, meaning it either knew the claims were false or acted with reckless disregard for the truth. He argues that he could do just that. He notes that while the outlet states there are hundreds of people who could support the assertions, it quotes only one, someone else who's been accused of assaulting Haim. Well, you know, this is funny because now they're trying to pass the blame. Well, Charlie's been accused. This guy's been accused of doing it too. I mean, this is disgusting. They're actually trying to defend Charlie here. And the thing is the one person that they're quoting, okay? If they bring that in and they prove it, then they, with corroborating evidence by other witnesses, which they're trying to play down the fact of the other witnesses, because the other witnesses can be corroborating to this. And they, oh, nothing to see there. So them trying to say, oh, well, he could very well. No! If they have corroborating witnesses besides the one that they're claiming that can be, backing themselves and then being backed up by those other witnesses, Sheen's fucked. All right? And he's going to be going to rape you up the ass prison, except no one's going to rape him up the ass because they don't want HIV. He's going to be begging for it, but they ain't going to give it to him. I mean, this is disgusting. The statements are categorically false in the article. Defendant NEI outright states that the individual who claimed that the abuse occurred, defendant Dominic Braskia, is himself accused of having molesting Corey Haim, writes Bernard. Okay, yeah. I love how they're trying to discredit the witness against Sheen by saying, well, he's a pedophile, and yeah, he did it to Haim. Yeah, it wasn't my... This is disgusting. This is... I don't know what's sleazier. Sheen, his lawyer, or the Hollywood Reporter pushing this shit. This is disgusting. Thus, Defendant Howard and Defendants NEI and AMI entertained serious doubt as to the truth of the publication and or acted with high degree of awareness of probably falsity. Okay. I love how there's nothing here from the National Enquirer. It's all inflammatory statements from the Sheen camps, Sheen camp on the note of his sleazy ass lawyers. Like I said, I don't know who's sleazier, who's more disgusting, Sheen, his lawyers, or the Hollywood Reporter. I mean, if you're going to report on something like this, you would think you would want both sides of the story. I mean, you are a reporter. Oh, God. If you see the slant like this going on, you have to think that he could very well be guilty as all hell, and they're doing everything they can to save tiger blood drinking psycho fucking sexual deviant fuck wit. This kind of chapped my ass a little bit, if you couldn't tell. Looking at the audacity of Sheen here, okay? People know his past of intentionally sleeping with people, having HIV and not telling them. We know about his beating up he's actually smacked around prostitutes too. I mean, this, wow. Yeah, anyway, I think I've broken this down well enough here. I'm just going to end up going in circles because the depravity just keeps getting worse and worse as you think about what he's done. So I'm just going to leave things here. If you liked this video, depending on where you are watching it, please give it an upvote or thumbs up. If you want to know when new content of mine hits the internet, don't forget to subscribe to one or more of my social media or video accounts listed here. Also, with YouTube, don't forget to ring that bell. You can find all of my video content on both BitChute and YouTube. This may not be the case with other places I upload to, but I will try to minimize this happening. You are always welcome to interact with me at any of these sites on the list, so feel free to do so. If you have anything you want me to cover in a video when it comes to news or current events, send it right along to me. I will try to do my best to cover it. As always, thank you for watching.